Welcome to this video. If you feel like you want energy in your life, you want that joy in your life, that zest, that pizzazz. If you just have like this lack of motivation, you want to do things, but you just can't find like the energy, you can't find the time, you can't make yourself do what it is that you want to do. You just feel like stuck, like you're just stuck in a rut. Don't give up. You are loved. If you feel lazy and you feel unmotivated, your mind is causing you to feel this way. All right, so most people today work. They work themselves to the point where they don't got nothing left for themselves. They don't pour into themselves, but they pour into everybody else, everything else, and they just overwork themselves. They overbook their calendars. Society praises who can be the most overworked, who's the most overwhelmed, who's the hardest worker, who has the strongest work ethic, all that BS. When you work yourself, you always in this highly stressful state. You always feel overwhelmed, drained. You start to like overthink everything. You start to worry about everything. You develop these negative thoughts. Your mind and your body is working overtime. So it's not even that you're lazy and that you're unmotivated. Your mind is literally being overworked, and it's like, listen, I don't got nothing left in me. How do you expect me to now do whatever you want me to do? How do you expect me to be motivated and to, have energy when you work me to death? Like, you worry all the time. It's just so much that your mind got to deal with. You don't realize it. Your mind is like, let me just take a break. Can I just get a break, please? Because you're not giving yourself a break. You got all this stuff going on. People think between 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And the average person, out of all those thoughts that you have a day, the average person is thinking 70% of those thoughts are negative thoughts. 70 to 80%. Something like that, but it's more than half. So the more you think these negative thoughts, the more negative thoughts you're going to keep getting. Because most of your thoughts that you're thinking today, they're the same thoughts from the previous day and the previous day and the previous day. And when you get in the habit of thinking these negative thoughts and your mind is just always resorting to the negativity and the negative thoughts, your thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your behavior and your reality and what you're putting out into life. So if you're always feeling unmotivated, you just feel bored, you feel lazy, like the more you sink into those things, the more you fall into that rut, the more you're going to keep falling deeper and deeper until your beliefs, your thought patterns, your habits, until all that is changed. Some people get stuck in these routines, these comfort routines. If you can't rely on your normal routine and you're just feeling lazy, you're feeling unmotivated, you got to switch it up. If you're feeling lazy, you're feeling unmotivated, you got to make a change, man. You got to make a change in your life. You can't keep doing the same things over and over and expecting something to change. Like, you can't stay stuck in this rut and expect to just get motivation or to get all this energy out of nowhere. Because the further you fall into that hole, the harder it's going to be for you to get out of it. Motivation comes from you doing something different, changing up something in your routine, getting something done. Not saying get everything done, because some people take it overboard and expect to just have all this energy and do all these things out of nowhere, but one step at a time. But you got to take that step, because when you take that step, your mind is like, what's going on here? Okay, we doing something different. We moving along. And the more and more you do it, the better you going to get at that thing. So switch up your routine. When I'm feeling like unmotivated or I'm feeling lazy, I change something in my routine. That really helps me in situations where I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Sometimes you need that rest. Sometimes you need the rest. Sometimes you need to just sit around and be lazy. Like, you're not even being lazy if it's just like you having this off day or whatever, or you're just not feeling like, your best self. That's your body trying to talk to you and just like, all right, we need you to relax for a little bit. That's your mind like, listen, You've been putting us through a lot, so let's take it back some. It is okay to rest. For you to just not want to do anything, the key is not getting stuck in that. That's when you start to develop like that lack of motivation, just long term. And then it's just like, what am I doing here? And your mind's getting more and more familiar with that. So you gotta break that. You gotta break that habit. Let your mind know this is not the normal thing that's gonna happen. This is not our routine. It's all about balance, right? It's all about balance. If you do feel lazy, if you do feel unmotivated, your mind needs a little change. Your mind likes to be worked out too. People only focus on like that physical activity and working out, but your mind, you gotta mentally work yourself out too. If you don't use your muscles, you lose them, right? If you don't work your mind out mentally, throw different things at it, get out your comfort zone, switch it up and find out what you like, then it's going to become real complacent and it's going to get stuck in its ways, fall into these ruts. Your mind is literally, it's like the enemy sometimes. Even though something is like hurting you or is bad for you, if you get used to that thing, your mind is going to be like, let's do it. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Your mind loves what's familiar. You got to do something differently. Because if you don't, your mind is going to think this is what you want. It's going to be like, okay. Let's not do anything. Because your mind loves being comfortable. So until you break that habit of you being comfortable, feeling stuck in that rut, it's going to keep bringing you more. The harder it's going to be for you to change those things. If you have been stuck in a rut and you just like, you need to like get out of it. Sometimes you can't get out of it on your own, which is okay. Like people think that you got to be able to do everything by yourself. But sometimes you need help. It's okay to rest. It's okay to recharge. It's about balance.